Eu só não sei do quê, porque senão qualquer dia eu estou no banco e faço assim, blu, 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 e blu, 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 e vai blu, 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 blu. Deixem-se dessas brincadeiras. Deixem-se dessas brincadeiras. E faço assim. Eu não vou entrar nisso. E vocês dizem. Eu não vou entrar nisso. Deixem-se dessas brincadeiras.
All right, guys, thank you for joining Benfica After 90. Myself and Mr. Mello. Luigi, it is past, what time would you say at night? You're talking past 3 a.m. in the morning. So therefore, shishi kama, man. Shishi kama.
Sleep. We told him, don't feel any pressure, because, bruh, it's 3 a.m. I mean, it'd be hard for me, I know that. Although that's normally my bedtime. You know what I mean? But
yeah, but still.
Yeah, I knew it.
3 a.m. He's done it a million times over. We appreciate him for it.
Yeah. Happens to the best of us.
But yeah, man, he also, I think we can maybe share the news about Luigi and his recovery, because he's recovered now. He's a negative. Our buddy Luigi had a positive on the COVID. Did very well throughout it, and he's now on the negative side, so he's done very well. So probably just a little extra rest needed after the last week. But overall, he handled it like a champ. There wasn't much. He had a fever for a day, and that's pretty much it.
He's like Ibra. He didn't get COVID. COVID got him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
COVID got Luis.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
I guess we can spill the beans. We kind of were joking because Luigi likes to do these cozinheiro kind of situations where he does these little cookouts. And he loves cooking. Food is his passion. And so his biggest fear was
you got to eat.
Yeah, he didn't want to lose his taste buds. So I told Luigi on the side.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't tell Mello this yet, actually. It's the first time Mello's hearing the story. I told Luigi on the side, because I kind of, obviously make sure he's okay. I was checking up on him. And that's his only phobia, was the losing his taste. He had lost it. And I said, buddy, if you lose all your taste, what you're going to do is you're going to make some disgusting recipe. Get like some sashimi grade raw salmon. Mix it with like some olive brine in a blender with like the hottest sauce you could ever think of, or the hottest peppers. Make this the most disgusting drink that you could think of. And what we'll do is when you make this disgusting concoction that no one can ever have, like the hottest spice possible, raw shit in there, raw egg. That's something that you'd yak if you ever had. But if you can't taste it, you show it, make it, chug it all in one go like it's nothing. And then we throw out a contest. If anyone can actually pull that off, then we give him something. But unfortunately, he has his taste buds, so he ain't going to be doing that for us.
Jeez. Good luck, buddy. I know. I hope he sleeps well.
Yeah.
Don't let the bed bugs bite, Luis.
No kidding. So, yeah, that's it. Wrapped up. We're done with the first stage of the Champions League. Off to PSV as our next opponents. Pretty good result for both clubs. PSV 4-0, Benfica 4-0. I would say we had slightly the harder opponent, but it was a very uneventful day in a sense of we won, but it didn't feel like we were at risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Benfica got some results in the Champions League. Who would have thought that? Yeah. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah, back-to-back results. Yeah. And good performances. Obviously, I think the first performance leaves a little bit more memories, kind of. I think it was a better, more fondful game for most of us. Not just because it was the first one back, but I think we just played better in the first one. Today was not unforgettable, but there was stretches that Spartak they slowed it down. In that first half it was tough. It was tough on Benfica because they were so defensive. They allowed Benfica to have the ball a lot. But nevertheless, we get the result in the Champions League, man, and that's really all we were looking for going into today, brother.
Yeah, that's all that matters, and it's one of those things where you got the result. I think the first match, the excitement level because of Rui Tati versus George Jesus, I know it was the fans and the media hyping it more. Two managers were trying to say nice things about each other, but you can't help but be excited about it. The nervousness of the last few years, you're going away to Russia, and you had a pretty great outing, right? 2-0 away in the Champions League.
Yeah.
And it seems like today, I think Spartak were conceded that it was already all over. I felt like that, right? It felt like there wasn't.
They played ultra defensive in the first half. Ultra defensive. Rui Vitória really had them playing, which is, I don't remember him that defensive at Benfica, but it was what 70, 90, about like 70%. I want to in the first half. We had it's something crazy, stupid like that. Like we had a lot of possession there in that first half.
Yeah,
they played back a lot. They had a lot of block shots. They made it real. They mucked it up there in the first half. There were moments in the first half of that match where, we're all in the box. It felt like everybody on the field was inside the box, and everyone had a turn kicking the ball. There was just they clogged it up a little bit there in the first half. They made it hard. Not that, like I said, we were worried about it, but they made it hard for us to put the game away earlier. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? They did do that, and I didn't expect anything less. Rui Vitória is gonna have his guy. He's very familiar what he was about to step into. You know what I mean? The fact that, but not ready though, because the fact that we wore the second kits, just want to, note that real quick. How you forget? How the fuck you forget? That's like forgetting, you go out, you don't forget your drawers, you know what I mean? You don't forget your underwear, you don't forget your socks, you don't forget an extra kit. You know what I mean? It was just weird. The first game back with fans in the luge and we're wearing fucking, tiger stripes or zebras. The third kit, yeah.
I think that's a very, very weird situation where I don't know the backstory. I'll be honest, I'm not going to claim I know the backstory. I just know that when you're at home, you play with your home kit. If the other team doesn't have matching colors, that's a them problem. Go to the local sports club and buy some cheap knockoff blue shorts or teal shorts or whatever you got to do. Like, that's a them problem, not an us problem. Wear your red.
Oh yeah,
it's like,
that's like your problem. Yeah, no shirt. You just should have played with no shirts.
Yeah,
had to play no shirts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shirts versus blouses. Go buy some
Shirts
blouses.
versus blouses. Buy some blouses. Go buy some blouses, bitch.
The poofy kind, you know what I mean? I just don't. I don't care how much whimpering's going on. It's like, hey.
Yeah, I believe it. I agree. Real quick, Mario. What's up to everybody in the chat? Andrew Costa, Jose out there in Virginia, man. USA, reigning entertainment, top, porn agency out there. Greg L, Danny Mededa also. Yeah, we're gonna get into that, Danny. We're definitely gonna get into that. There are some things it's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna have a pretty cool show today.
Do you want to chat about the Luigi thing real quickly? Because I thought that was interesting. I saw it today.
Yeah, man. Let's do that. There's things that we'll get into the game. Us. There's no fucking structure here.
We can
yeah.
blend it into. We'll do the lineup because I got a point of the lineup here. So, are you okay reading out the lineup?
Yeah, good. It's all good. I think this news today is a little. I thought of you. I'm gonna say that when I saw this, I said, "Look, this is what he wanted." See, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for, Mario, because that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Not that I'm against it. You got to be careful what you wish for sometimes. Whenever you're ready, I got the lineups ready to go.
Go for it. Shoot them out.
All right, man. We start between the pipes, of course. Mr. Odie. Himself, Lacadimos back there between the pipes. We had Verissimo, Otamendi, and Vertonghen. Our back line, Diogo Gonçalves, João Mario, Weigl, and Grimaldo was our midfield, and Rafa Silva, Gonçalo Ramos, and Pizzi played up top for us today. Pizzi got to start again. Champions League. He's getting some important minutes right now over Everton. I think that that kind of upsets me because I like Pizzi. I'm a Pizzi fan. Don't get me wrong, but maybe he's not ready. Maybe Everton's getting rest. He's not trying to burn him out. He did play a lot of football over the summer, with Brazil. So I don't know, but him getting those important minutes that's the only thing that I can see here that at first I was like, damn, I really wish I got to see Everton and Rafa. It just gives us so much more speed up top, so much more it's more dynamic. But other than that, there was not really much changes. What did you think about the lineup, Mario?
The lineup I thought was neat. I liked the biggest thing I thought was kind of funky to see, which made me happy, was Ramsh up front to start. I liked seeing that. The rest of the lineup, I agree, based on the fact that we rested guys on the weekend. It made sense that we were going to switch it up. It gave Odie the nod again, so I was wondering if after this weekend, if Odie would get the nod again. It seems like he does. But the one area which I've expressed some nervousness in is the back line, Jan Vertonghen, Otamendi, Verissimo. I like them, good players, no rotation, lack of depth. Baratu, interesting kid, but a kid that limited experience. We did do the substitution, to give the kid a bit of time, and we need to rest Jan Vertonghen. I don't know if he's any fitness issues, but this I think segues to the David Luiz comments. I will say a year ago, before we signed Jan Vertonghen and Otamendi, I would be okay with it because we needed defenders. And I think you want to have a mix of healthy defenders, young defenders, and experienced defenders. I think with Jan Vertonghen and Otamendi, we got the experience, aka old guy department covered. I really feel we'd have
the experience department. We got the experience department all good.
Yeah, a guy like Verissimo is amazing. He's a guy that's 26. He's got good experience on his belt, but lots of years ahead of him. He knows what he's doing. He's not learning, and has the energy, right? I would almost want another guy at that caliber coming in, because I think Jan Vertonghen, especially Jan Vertonghen, can't put in these minutes. I think Otamendi might have a bit more fortitude. He seems like just a tougher character. But again, without the rotation, I think it could catch up with him. So the idea of David Luiz, I just feel like if we do sign him, I think his expectation is to start. And so then I look at the lineup and I go, okay, so does that mean Jan Vertonghen of the three is the one I'm picking on, gets benched? But he's had some really solid games, right? And same with Otamendi, things of sort. And I just kind of
I was gonna ask you why Vertonghen? Why?
That's the thing.
Do you think he's the odd man out?
No,
you think Otamendi's better?
Not even. I think it depends on the day. Otamendi's had some stinkers of days. I think just Vertonghen is on tired legs. He can't keep up. I really just don't think. I think he just needs rest and more rotation. I think he's going to burn out very quickly.
I think the one thing I like about Vertonghen more than I like Otamendi, and Otamendi did it today. Otamendi is terrible from the back.
Yeah.
When he's got the ball at his feet, moving forward, or just decision making. How about that? His decision making at times. And we're not necessarily always playing out of the back, but with the three-man, it would be nice if you can, get a through ball through. But he just makes bad decisions sometimes when he gets the ball. Today he makes a great defensive play, but passes it right to the Spartak. Not that it created danger or anything. I see that a lot with him. Vertonghen is so good out of the back. David Luiz is so good out of the back. I'm not against David Luiz. All I'm saying is I don't think that's what I was going to say. And I'm glad you said about the starting. I don't think he's a starter. You know what I mean? Like if he's coming here to start, I'm not for it. If I'm coming here to be rotational, because Mario, I really do think this 3-5, 2-1, all right, 3 was that what, or 3?
I kind of say 3-4-3 is kind of how
3-4, yeah, 3-4-2-1 almost.
Yeah,
that's really kind of, you know what I mean? That's really what I'm seeing. I think this is a fitness thing, because in the chat, as I think it was Andrew said, Everton needs rest. He'll be there soon. He'll be a regular starter, right? And you're gonna need to create rest for Vertonghen, Otamendi. You can't create rest that way playing three in the back. But if you do go back to the 4-4-2 and the appearance of Chuck today, it's kind of further proves to me that JJ is gonna boot. We'll be a 4-4-2 team, I think, by the end, we play PSV. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Well, I think it's. I don't want it to become. The thing is, Mario, real quick. I don't want it to become we're gonna play this when we think we're playing. Like, I don't want it to be our emergency. Hopefully, we win with this formation type of formation. It's become that when we play Porto, when we play Sporting, when we play PSV, when we play in Europe, we're playing with 3 in the back. That's fine. But then again, which is weird because we played 3 in the back our first Liga game against Morenz, right? So it's I don't know, man. I'm with you. I like Luigi if we're playing 4-4-2 and then you're getting rotation. Right now you're creating rest for some players.
Yeah, right now the situation for me is Otamendi got a yellow card. We now face the next game as PSV. Otamendi, I love his passion, I love his aggression. Unfortunately, with the aggression, you might pick up a couple extra yellows here and there. If, let's just say, he gets a yellow, that means he's suspended for the second leg. So if our whole formation is built on 3 in the back, and we don't really have 3 in the back, so we're going to throw Morat, the kid from the B team, into a Champions League critical do-or-die match. That's the kind of thing that makes me feel antsy. Unless you go to the, like you said, 4-4-2, back to like what George is doing. It doesn't seem like that's the team he's building right now. I think it's a team he has more than the capacity, more than enough talent on the squad to make that happen. That's kind of what I was hoping would happen, just because that would just give us rotation.
You think he built a one striker team, one striker system?
I don't know what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I think he loves the 3 in the back. I think he likes 3 in the back. He loves João Mario Weigl. He likes Diogo Gonzalez and Grimaldo. He's loving that setup. I think he does have a challenge where you look at guys like Rafa, Pizzi. You look at Everton. God, Rob's just still doing. He's an interesting kid. You want to give him more minutes. And then we got Roman, right? We got this guy you want to see more of. And man, I'm excited. I'm excited because the depth of talent has just never been. It's been a long time.
And here's another reason. Also, I want to say that we're moving 4-4-2 because I really hope this happens. Lazaro, I really hope that we can sign a player like this. I think he's a hell of a player. I think he would be amazing on Benfica. He would absolutely murder this league. This guy can play right back in a 4-4-2, and it's just gonna make sense to me. He's and Diogo Gonzalez. I don't know. Maybe he's depth guy. You know what I mean? He's depth because. If we get to the group stage, we pass PSV, and a lot of people in the chat thinking that's going to be no problem, and that we are, and I agree with them. You're going to need somebody a little defensively better than Diogo Gonçalves. And if you could get this guy, Lazaro, you can get a seasoned guy like David Luigi. I'm all for making this team better. You know what I mean? Like, that's me. Would David Luigi make this team better is what we got to ask ourselves. I think so a little bit. I think it puts more quality. It does more good than bad, right? Like, yes, David Luiz gets beat. Everybody gets beat. Ruben Dias gets beat. The best center backs in the world. Ramos got beat. Like, they get beat. Like, you're gonna get beat by some outstanding offensive players. You're gonna get blown by. But I think you got a guy like Lazaro. You got Grimaldo stays. If he's not out for City, I don't see him leaving. I just don't. I don't see him leaving. You got Grimaldo, Lazaro. You have, you could be Verissimo, and Otamendi or whoever you want. Vertonghen is I like him more than Otamendi. Then you got Weigl and João Mario in the middle, or Mete and João Mario, or João Mario and whoever. You know what I mean? But this team, it can be so good. And JJ said it. He's trying to build a great team. If I read a quote on Twitter, translated quote, that his goal is to build a great team, and it looks pretty good. There looks like there's some pieces there.
Oh yeah, I think Benfica could be forgiven for starting to get extremely excited, especially after the last 2 years we've gotten burnt really hard as a fan base. But you can't help but fall for it again because they look good, man. João Mario, that guy today was a phenom. I absolutely loved what I saw from him. And we were missing that attacking midfielder. What we said a few weeks back, a couple months ago when they first announced João Mario, it was someone that can link up the midfield from the defensive end to the offensive end, play a few 1-2s, do the right passes. And that's everything he did again correctly. He's not like a world-beating box-to-box attacking mid. He's just getting those simple passes done. Again, around 90% pass accuracy, connecting very well, a little bit versatile. and both goals were a responsibility of his and what he did. So I'm happy, man. I just love. I love what I'm seeing, right? Like it's gonna take. I think again, it's gonna be our. If we don't win the Liga this year and don't win domestic cups, it's because we did something. I'm not trying to discredit the opposition. You know, Sporting are champions. They have that mentality behind them. They've, I think, been able to retain a lot more than I thought they've been able to would be able to retain. I think them being straight in the Champions League group stages maybe given them a bit more confidence on retaining talent and maybe spending a little bit. So to try to kind of be smart. I think Braga's Braga. They'll always give everyone a little bit of run for their money. I don't know how many other improvements they've made. And Porto or Sacanas, but I just feel, I don't know, man. I'm going to just say it. I apologize if I come out very confident, but I do feel very confident. I like it. I do.
Yeah.
And like Nelson just said in the chat, man, he's stability. He's a conservative player. He isn't clumsy. Like, I just think he does the simple things well, and that's what we needed.
Yeah, I think. I mean, we knew that was going to happen, Mario. You know, we knew that was what João Mario, and like I said, I compare him to the guy he took over for in my mind for Trapt, right? Trapt isn't a midfielder. He's very unpredictable. He is not the same player. He's not the street baller that everybody remembers, like Luis said last week on the show. And I just think that João Mario makes it simple. And sometimes football needs to be simple. You know what I mean? It doesn't need to be, you know, 5 shakes and a through ball. It doesn't need to be, 4 spins and another through ball. It doesn't have to be that way. Just right at your feet. And the players that we have seem to be playing very well with João Mario. And just real quick in the chat, I want to address the João Cancelo benching him because he's not defensive. Thiago Gonçalves is nowhere near offensively João Cancelo, right? There's things João Cancelo is going to be able to do way more offensively. So you can afford that. I'm just saying, like, Thiago Gonçalves is not a defender whatsoever, like until last year. If you can get Lazaro and play him there, I'm not comparing him to anyone but Lazaro. Lazaro is better than Diogo Gonçalves at playing right back. I'm willing to say that.
I really think
there's no doubts.
I really think the formation of the 3-4-3 or however you want to call the 2-1, Diogo Gonçalves really fits that extremely well because it doesn't really have to pull back and defend as much. It's more of he is more of a natural, almost like a winger, and that is what that feeds into. At times, especially the way we've played, it almost feels like we're almost going with 3 in the back. You have your defensive mid of Weigl, your offensive mid of João Mario, and Grimaldo and Diogo Gonçalves can play as wingers. And then you have had times where he's added Waldschmidt and another striker, where almost like you have the 2 strikers and another roaming player. Like, it's just it can feel like a very high-octane offensive team, but when it needs to defend, because you have the 3 in the back and the fullbacks can come back. I don't know. It's interesting. In a way, I think the 3 defenders in the back help compensate for the lack of defensive coverage. If we go to what you're saying, though, I think you're right. If you do the 2 center backs and fullbacks, your traditional 4-4-2, that Lazaro guy would be just. I don't think he'd be the guy to fit in that position.
Yeah. Oh, I think though, like the thing is sometimes okay. He's not defensive, but that leaves a lot on Rafa. Because if we watch Rafa, did anyone see Rafa playing both sides of the ball today? Because I did. I seen him. He has to track back a lot, and I guess that's what happens when you play with a in a non-defensive back line. I guess as far as like the right wing backs, right? He's a right wing back. So all I'm saying is, like, I think that we have been trying to get better at those positions for a long time, and that's not a knock on Diogo Gonçalves. If y'all remember, he was my pick for last year to be, the guy, to watch, right? Who you excited to see. Diogo Gonçalves was who I was excited to see, and I was right. I was fucking damn right, because I said I wanted to see him, and I got to see him take over a position. From Ego went down, Gilberto goes, he was terrible. Diogo steps up. All I'm saying is it's not me. It's just, we have been looking for Lazaro. We went out to look for the Argentina kid. What's his name? I forget. You guys probably know the cat from Argentina, Montiel. We're looking at this position because not because I'm telling you guys that Diogo Gonçalves is a terrible footballer. All I'm saying is there must be a reason why we keep trying to sign right back.
I really think that Almeida's days are done. You haven't seen him at all. My understanding is he's training with the squad, but I don't know what his final situation is. I do feel he's at the end of his career, both age-wise, injury-wise, pretty serious injury. Maybe it's not going as well. And I think it's, again, when you look at the squad, we're overloaded on strikers, overloaded on midfielders. I think we have a lot of good positions. Center backs, I think we're very thin on. And then you can make an argument that the right back, it could also be thin on, especially if I think you switch up formation. You might want to do that. I do feel in the current formation, I saw it in the chat, who said it about Weigl can kind of slot in there. It was Nelson again. And the one thing I find is not only can Weigl...
Nelson's on fire today, by the way.
The one thing I find is not only can Weigl pull back a bit, but I find Verissimo is more that kind of box-to-box offense. He's a defender, but he's
so good.
He's more energetic. He's more good. So I think the reason why George Jesus has him on the right, like those three center backs, is to compensate for Diogo Gonçalves, right? I think why Jan Vertonghen's on the left is because Grimaldo can pull back and cover for Jan Vertonghen. He has the pace because Jan Vertonghen doesn't have the pace. So I think there's these little strategic things that are being done, which are being done correctly. I just love it, man. I think PSV is gonna be tough.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, these are great arguments to have amongst each other. You know what I mean? These aren't problems. These are good. These are good issues. These are like good things.
This is what they call squad privilege. You got the in Portugal, Liga Knowledge. They call them all different privileges we all have. That's a squad.
Yeah,
privilege.
Man. This is amazing. So who we all prefer over one, the reason why we're trying to get competitive, and like Raining said, he's trying to for competition. I get it. I get it. But all I'm saying is it seems as if JJ, just by the news, by the headlines, Juicebox said it. Lazaro snubbed Benfica apparently, but also apparently his agents in Portugal. They were negotiating some sort of like the salary, right? So it's not a done deal, right? I mean, it's not done by whatsoever. If you pay that much, we've seen it before. You pay that much for a right back. I'm not a knock on Diogo Gonçalves. All I'm saying is that guy's playing. He's playing more. That's what I mean.
The newspaper stories of him snubbing us. It's kind of like, the whole situation with Messi, which is quite comical, where supposedly several weeks back, Messi and his people were talking to PSG saying, yeah, man, I'm game. How much money are you going to pay me? And they're giving him some dollar figures. And then he's out in a press box saying how much he loves Barcelona and wants to stay there. But he's already talking behind the scenes like, if Barcelona can make this work, I'm not coming over. How much more money are you going to give me? Like, he's kind of sold on coming over. He's just kind of negotiating. The agent's there for a reason. He's good coming over to Benfica.
There for a reason.
It's kind of like, cool, they offer you this much. It's like, yeah, I'm good. I want to go to Benfica, but, stir up the hornet's nest. Get these guys to pay a bit more, right? So it is... Okay, off topic. The Messi thing. Have you had a chance to digest that information?
I'm not... Look, I am one of those guys who, I'm a Messi fan. I'll be honest. I might make some people mad, right, with that comment. But if you don't appreciate him and what he did for Barcelona... I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm looking at it is this is how I look at Messi and all this fucking bullshit. I look at him as a god of the sport. He's one of the football gods right now, guys, yeah. Right? One of the guys top. And I feel like when you're that good, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You go wherever you want, get paid however you want. He has done so much for the team, and the team has done so much for him. All right, he doesn't owe them shit. They don't owe him anything, right? Because they couldn't afford it. You couldn't afford it, so you don't owe him anything. It's ties. He don't owe Barcelona anything. He's been there since he was fucking 12 years old. He has done everything he can possibly can for this club. The financials ain't got shit to do with him, and he ain't taking no less because he's in the last twilight of his career. He's in the twilight of his career. He will never make $30 million again after this. You know what I mean? Who knows? I don't think that the next contract he's making 30, maybe 25. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. But with a guy like that, Mario, for me, these sports teams, they don't give a shit. They don't care. You get hurt, you're gone. You're traded, you're signed, you're loaned here, you're loaned out. This is a cutthroat sport, man. And a player got, what he wanted, what he felt like he deserved, and he got the hell up out of Barcelona, which is a dumpster fire anyways. It's a dumpster fire over there. He's the Super League thing and this whole fucking everything. Get the fuck out. Get out of there. PSG was one of those teams who said, I'm not going there, so they probably deserve it. The one thing that makes me weird is like financial fair play. Is there no cap? Or like, what the fuck? They gotta sell somebody, right? Like, they can't just.
They can't, because they did two things. UEFA, because the pandemic put financial fair play aside, saying given that there's no fans in the stands, there's an impact on sponsors, an impact on TV revenue. Every club took a hit on revenue, so therefore a shitload of the clubs are offside on financial fair play. The whole system was going to kind of collapse amongst them, and they said, okay, fine. We're going to ignore financial fair play for this next year or two. If you need to kind of go over budget, feel free to do it. And if you're an owner and you want to just drop some Bitcoin, feel free to do it. We're going to kind of give you a 1 to 2 year pass. So PSG.
No rules!
So what's PSG do? PSG goes, just do this. What I find comical, it's the words, irony. I absolutely love the irony that Barcelona, I'm going to pick on them a bit. But Barcelona,
do it. I love it.
I absolutely despise the whole European Super League because of the
agua.
The intent was to not vodka. Poor Russians.
No.
The intent of the Super League was to take all the revenue from Europe, consolidate it to just a few clubs, so they can continue their greedy conquest because they can't manage their budgets. They don't know how to manage the transfer market. They don't know how to do anything. I have no empathy for Real Madrid, no empathy for Juventus, no empathy for Barcelona, because they were the ones that put themselves in the situation that they're in. I find it very funny that they were overly confident that they would be successful, so much so that they went to Messi, said, you know what, we're going to give you, Messi wanted to leave, or whatever the story was last year. And like, oh, stay for another year. We'll give you some big money again. We're going to sort out this European Super League. Don't worry. We're going to screw all these guys. And we're going to get paid, and then you're going to stay with us because there's nowhere else you can go because we're going to own the sport. And PSG refused to sign up. And when PSG refused to sign up, they all said, no, this tournament's for the elites. The giants of Europe, like Spurs that never win anything, or Arsenal that never win anything in Europe. The elites, and all this like stupidity that made a mockery of it all. And that PSG doesn't belong. And it's like, well, who are you to say what team doesn't belong when half these teams have never done anything? And some of these teams in the past, Barcelona before Messi had been to less Champions League finals than Benfica. Had only won 2 Champions Leagues. They were not. Benfica was rated higher. So all the props to Messi, and not just Messi. I think Iniesta and Xavi had a very good.
That was a wave. Yeah, Barcelona came with the wave. And that was like in baseball when you just tank for a bunch of years and you just stockpile draft picks type of shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And Barcelona's success was they had a youth academy with Iniesta, Xavi, Puyol, all these other guys that kind of came through it, Messi included, and they kind of went, here's a golden squad. We're building a golden generation of players that we developed. And
trust the process.
And we're going to go try to sign Eto'o. We have Ronaldinho. They had big players. They had the thing with Figo and stuff. They would try to sign decent players, but the idea is we have a core of our own product, plus we're going to bring out some outside pieces and build a good team, and eventually they went on this nice run. Then they got egotistical and thought they Then they thought nice run. They had a nice little run. Then they got run. Then they thought that they were like the giants in the sport and they could bully people around and go out and buy stupid sums for Griezmann, stupid money for this. They screwed up their budget. They did this whole ESL thing. Barcelona is mocking PSG, and now here's PSG saying, "Hey, looks like you're broke. You're bankrupt. We're gonna take your boy." By the way, hey Messi, you love Barcelona. Do a little speech, cry as if you care, but make sure that Barcelona gets 0 transfer fee because we'll pay you the transfer fee plus your salary. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna do nothing for that club. And Messi did what Ronaldo would do, what Ibrahimovic would do, because at the end of the day, they don't give a damn about their clubs. They're there for the paycheck. I would say the one thing Messi had that they would use a lot of times would be like, oh, but he's unlike Ronaldo, he's a club man. I'm like, no, he's not. At the end of the day, he did not give a damn about Barcelona.
Give me my money.
Milked him to the
Give me
last
my
cent of
money.
bankruptcy and bounced. And he could have had Barcelona get some cash, but he's like, this is a you problem. You guys screwed up. I don't care. He wanted the president of Barcelona fired, so Messi forced the president of Barcelona to get fired, which he did. Kind of like they run like Benfica, where they have president. So the guy got fired a few months ago. They put the new guy in, going, yeah, I got that guy out. By the way, fuck you too. I'm out. So good on Messi to get his paycheck. I'm not bashing him on that sense. I think
people, not just that.
I just
Mario,
think,
I'm sorry.
The whole club love thing, I think it's all a smoke and mirrors to kind of bring all the Barca fans over with him to PSG to keep the marketing dollars coming. That's my take on it, right?
But not just that, not just for the money, man. I'll be honest, Messi deserves to play to get some more winning seasons in him, a couple more winning seasons in him. Go to a team where you can get some more glory. Go get a Champions League. If this team don't, I can say it last week, if this team don't go fucking undefeated, and I literally mean that shit, undefeated, this team should never lose, ever. I don't care. Even if you sit your 11 and start to be your B squad, still shouldn't lose. That's how fucking amazing this team is right now. But I think he deserves to go. Ronaldo made a bad choice, I'll be honest, to go to Juventus. I just think it was just they had a good season right before he went, and he thought, I see a couple pieces, I'm gonna go there. I mean, maybe that's who wanted to buy. I don't know how that worked, but he made the wrong decision. Messi ain't making the wrong decision going to PSG. This fucking team is gonna be fun to watch. I'll watch more games because of this. You know what I mean? Like off top, I'm watching more games. I just think that's what they get. Finally, how the mighty have fallen. And if you look at PSG. Yeah, how the mighty have fallen. And if you look at PSG, and a lot of people don't respect them for the type of club that they are. They were once a small club and they shot up. They got some oil money, but that's some Robin Hood shit right there. You know what I mean? Like that's some Robin Hood shit that they came up on. Who? It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like,
and pardon me again, I'm not blaming Messi because in the last few years,
they're the fucking Lakers of the fucking league.
But the last few years
of football,
Barcelona has. I don't want to say they screwed Messi, but they have made such poor choices in running the team around him. He stuck it out, but they just did such a garbage job that it's like, he's like, screwed. I'm out. You're not getting the transfer fee. I'm not doing anything for you. I'm getting fully paid. I'm getting everything. I don't know, man. It is like you said, a dumpster fire. And I think karma is hilarious because Barcelona was going out there calling themselves elites. They wanted to end the European game. They wanted no relegation. They wanted to forever control the money. And you had all these guys talking, and also Real Madrid talking about like Mbappe is going to come crawling to them. And now PSG is bullying these guys around. I'm not saying I love these money clubs, but there's just a sense of karma. I also think, and this is my take on it, I think I think Benfica is being run well in the sense that they are paying down their debt. I think we could do better, but we're not like competing for the Champions League in any seriousness, but we're slowly, incrementally improving. We're playing the long game. That's what this club's doing. Barcelona is playing. They're a club team like Benfica where they have a president and things of sort, but they went bananas on their debt and sunk themselves on such a poor way. And not only they got so goddamn arrogant with the rest of Europe, which is like, who do you think you are? And then the last part I would add into it is just the fact that people go, PSG has unlimited money. I'm like, yes and no. Unlimited. There is no such thing as unlimited money. There is a certain tolerance. These owners, this guy at PSG wants a Champions League, the owner. He has Qatari state money that he's putting into it. Part of this is a bit of a nationalistic kind of thing with Qatar and things of sort. He's going to spend what he's got to spend to try to win a Champions League and try to dominate it. And I saw Rabona's thing earlier today where he talked about there's a new Galacticos, and it was a very well thing put. It's like they are. And everyone cheered when Real Madrid did it. And I think the entitlement or the elitist nature of them saying, no one else can do it. We're entitled to do this. Like, screw you. Anyone can come into this sport and do it. I like the open system. I also believe if you look at Chelsea, where they had a billionaire owner, unlimited money, the money's drying out. It's not that he's not spending as much money. Well, that's actually the reality. The money spent is kind of decreasing a bit. He's still spending, but there is truly not an unlimited pot. You look at PSG, they're going to spend like over $1 billion very quickly, the way they're going. They're going to be another $1 billion. I know the guys are rich, but the thing is, after you spend so many billions, the revenue isn't there. I do think there's a structurally broken part about the game, just like Barcelona. You couldn't spend the stupid sum when they're signing guys for 100 million here, 100 million there, 100. Also, $250 million, $500 million spent. You're not making the revenue for it. It breaks. When you got oil money, you're spending it, but there's a point also where you kind of go, okay, cool. I had fun. Peace out. Like, it ain't like this is a club system that is self-sufficient. It is once the owner's done playing with their toy, they peace out. That happened with Monaco. Monaco was a billionaire club. Guy peaced out. Malaga in Spain had an Arab guy that came in, oil money, spent a couple of years. That's what Elizeo was at. Started competing. And then he peaced out. These guys could.
The thing is with PSG is that these guys that they're signing are so marketable that it doesn't matter when I'm the type of person that says, God damn, they might have unlimited money. It's not they have unlimited money. It's just that the guys that have Neymar, Mbappe, now Messi, they're so marketable that they can spend up front whatever on a contract for Messi, right? And because they're going to make it on the back end. They're going to make it on the back end. The investors that they have, or if it's just Singletary owned, but everyone always has investors. There's never just one guy who owns every fucking thing. This one has one guy. This one has one guy. Jesus Christ.
It's a country. It's a prince.
The country owns them.
No, it's a weird thing with PSG.
It's crazy.
The royal family of Qatar.
So PSG is going to win the World Cup.
I partly think that this is I do actually feel this is a lead up to the World Cup to an extent of creating hype around Qatar being an influential power in soccer, even though you kind of look at them as a tiny nation. They're going to host the World Cup because they bought the rights to host one, not because they earned it. And they want to say they own a Champions League because not that they worked at an academy, but they bought the title per se by buying the talent. And part of me despises that in the sport, but part of me just finds it ironic and the karma of it that these guys bully other clubs around and they're throwing a hissy fit that they're getting bullied. And I'm like, well, this is the system you created, the system you promoted, and now you're losing at your own game and you want to change the rules. You don't like it anymore. And I kind of go,
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's kind of like I'm picking on United, but United had all this money for a while. Now the owners they're taking money out. They're not investing back in United, and they're crying about City. But I remember there was a point where, Chelsea, you've had other teams spend money. And what do I hear from EPL fans all the time? Man, if we get a good Arsenal owner to spend a ton of money. It's like, you guys decry the other clubs for doing it, but you just hope that you get to do it too. And it's kind of this ironic complaining. I love the fan-owned structure, like the Benfica structure. I do think Barcelona's that structure. Real Madrid is pretty much owned by Perez, but it's still a club structure. Technically, once he goes, it's the fans that vote someone else in. The 51+1 rule with Bayern Munich, stuff like that. I love more the fan involvement of the sport. I think that's very unique in the sport. I love it. I'd rather always cheer for that. I just feel that it's like entitlement is one of these things where, I don't know, just because you've won a ton of Champions League or whatever it is, you think you own the sport. I don't know. And also the willingness to walk around and act like
fuck
you're in touch with them. You know, so it's funny.
Fuck them.
So it'll be
Are
funny.
they here? Fuck them.
Yeah. But I enjoyed it. I enjoy the show. I enjoy the circus, and I can't wait to see the item.
Oh yeah. I love the circus for sure. That's the one thing that makes it I guess worth it in some cases.
Yeah, and in a way, I look at it. So Juicebox is the bad part about it is that Portuguese clubs will never break through. I do feel the one thing that, Benfica, Sporting, Porto, is if you are, I do believe in the long game. Is we sold João Felix for a lot of money. If they got that, oh my gosh, Nuno, the fullback, forgetting his last name. I can't believe I'm blanking out. The kid. Anyways, if they get a bunch
from Sporting?
Yeah, the fullback, the superstar. Anyways, if they get a bunch of money for him, I'm just saying, if you get a bunch of money, pay down some debt, reinvest. I know we're in a shitty situation. Get in the group stage, try to make it to knockouts, make a bit of money. But the trick is, do not do a Barcelona where you spend more than you make repeatedly till the point that you crash and burn. Slowly work it up. If PSG all of a sudden wants,
Benfica has so many sponsors.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I'm just saying, I'll take their money. It's if you want us to give us, if PSG also wants to come by and say, we like Verissimo, we'll give you over 100 million for him. I'm like, you guys are friggin' nuts. Fine, whatever. knock off the debt, rebuild, do it again, stay patient, stay humble, work hard. This isn't, we don't have oil money, but you can build, if you can build a club that becomes fully debt free and you have this academy, it gets to the point where you're just feeding a potential long-term rival. It'd be very tough to ever win again, but I like the fact that it's never impossible. I hate the idea of closing the system off and saying just elite clubs only. I think that's wrong.
Well, they took a year off for financial fair play, so it looks like, you know, they just want anybody big club to win, right?
Yeah.
Get them back into the dirt. But
the way
but first they gotta get through Benfica. They gotta get through Benfica before these big clubs think they're gonna win. I'm just saying that because we're coming to the Champions League, baby. We coming. We're coming.
And one other one, I'm gonna just say that a bit of a props to Sporting. Years back, you had City when they're spending a ton of cash. They faced Sporting. And that Dzekio guy, whatever his name was shit talking, saying, I don't know what Sporting is. Rui Patricio at the time said, yeah, I'm the guy who knocked out Bosnia to qualify for the Euros, if you don't remember. And they knocked out City. So I would love nothing more than they get all this money, and all of a sudden they get knocked out in the first round. Barcelona gets knocked out in the first round, and there's a Cinderella story. Because I find it freaking hilarious. But it's one of these things.
Yeah, but I won't be. But I can't see it be Sporting. So.
No, it won't be. But yeah, for us.
So
could you imagine if Benfica does it? But anyways, PSV is next.
Yeah.
I think PSV is gonna be a tough team, man. I really do.
Yeah.
I think we should advance, but it's gonna be a very tough team.
We have to play better than we did today. We have to play not just today. We have to play better than we did overall with Spartak, and we played very well. We won aggregate 4-0, 2-0, home and away. You can't hate that. But I think I'm looking at the numbers here while we were, discussing Messi. Just look in the first half numbers. You got 5 shots. Doesn't look like any of them were on target. That's a problem. Yeah. That's an issue. It's one thing to create chances. It's another thing to be lethal and take advantage in front of goal. Like I said, Spartak made it very difficult for Benfica to do that. Because like I said, they just clogged up the fucking middle, man. They just left 3 players right in the front of goal. The whole damn time it felt like, you know what I mean? And their midfield was dropping back a lot, creating a lot of pressure. So 5 goals, but that just tells like gotta be more proficient. 90% passing of the ball, 90% in the first half. Pass accuracy. That means, there wasn't a lot of pressure. Spartak were sitting back, letting us play with the ball. As goal point says here, they let the Eagles fly with the ball, which is like that. Sounds good. 69%. Yeah, man. Like I told you, 69%. That kind of bugs me, man. You can't go 45 minutes with the ball the whole fucking time and not get one shot on goal. You know what I mean? It's a little frustrating. And I'm not knocking Gonzalo Ramos. I'm not. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying there has to be a little bit more connection. No matter how great João Mario played today, we couldn't put it away early. And I just want to see Benfica kind of get over that. I want to see us back to that kind of game. You know what I mean? Like I just want to see us go, be able to create and score, be efficient right away. But Spartak made it difficult. But damn, those numbers kill me when I think of yes, the 2 goals came 57th minute. João Mario gets one. Kind of like I said in the first half, man, that shit was, crowded. There was a lot of people in the midfield. And in this case, João Mario gets the ball bounced to him and he scores. And like I said, in the game against Moreirense, those type of balls did not drop for Benfica last year. Those types of goals didn't happen for us last year, man. We were always on the other end of that bounce. But it seems early on, so far, Benfica's getting that bounce. And the ball drops to João Mario, and he gets a goal. First goal for Benfica. He's got an assist and a goal for Benfica. I mean, his impact is obvious. It's obvious in the midfield. A lot of people are loving him. In the chat, Twitter, we all like him. A little later on, Chuck comes in, and I bring that up because I think it was a guy that we wanted to see. We were all I think we were all very curious to see him. So going into the second half, we did get a big chunk of him. All right, he comes out in the 60th minute. I think he was about the 60th minute. He makes his debut for Benfica, and he gets another ball that seems to take a Benfica bounce, right? Off a guy's head, right? Off a foot, off the head. The shit just bing, bing, bing. Yeah. Yeah, and again, Benfica get a bounce.
But the you know what? We weren't getting the lucky bounces last year. We complained.
We were not,
and it's you can't control luck, but I feel like there was a bit of luck there. And I still think Joel Mario doing the right things.
Sometimes I'd rather be lucky than good.
Exactly, and again, I think it was a done deal already. These guys knew it, so I feel maybe the foot was off the gas a bit. So I don't want to give him a hard time. I think Ramos didn't really have any shots on target, so we want to see this kid succeed, but. At the same time, it is what it is. You know, like he didn't succeed today. A little segue because Cesar da Silva said, "No investors at Benfica, please. We just need to learn how to manage our cash better." I agree, and we need more members. The more members we got, the better it is.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So that's perfect.
Yeah.
How's that? How's Benfica doing on that front, Alex? Give us an update on the membership front for Benfica. What are the number of what's the current number of the most recent socio? What would you say the number is right now? The new socio.
I will. I think I had I even wrote the number down here. Let me see here 1 second. Here, let me get this up for you guys before I do the big reveal. The last one I'm aware of, guys, is let's see here. Do we got it? I think we got it somewhere here, right? Let me find it. Give me a second. We should have did this. I should have this a little quicker. Oh yeah, here it is. 269036. That's the number. That's the number we gave us. So like Mario, we'll stop beating around the bush. I became a socio this summer of Benfica. A long time coming. Something I wanted to do just to feel a little closer to my club. You know what I mean? Being in California, man, I'm the farthest than any of you guys. All right, from home, if you will. So it was a very nice surprise that I received this summer, and I became a socio. And today, like last week, I get a package on Benfica Day, right? I get my new sweater, I got the new drip, I got the away kit from last year. It comes on Benfica Day. Today again, Benfica Day, and I get a package. And real quick, before I show you this package, we got to do better, Benfica. We got to do better with the packaging, all right? Look, guys, we are one of the best clubs in the whole world, all right? For y'all to brown paper bag me, bro, like I was going to lunch, bro, that kind of hurt my heart a little bit. But nevertheless, we'll go ahead and we'll show, man. We'll do the big reveal. So this is what I got my socio. This is my socio kit, all right? I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in here, and a Capri Sun came also with the brown paper bag lunch. I got the Capri Sun, bruh. It was a Pacific cooler. So it made it okay. You know what I mean? When you get that. So I get it. I'm excited, man. I look at the packaging. Sport Lisboa Benfica. I'm sure that's the Avenue Eusébio Silva Ferreira Lisboa. I don't know how they do addresses out there, but it looks like that they have 5 addresses to me. But it was it was sent straight to my house. So this is what it comes in. It came with the scarf. We'll pull the scarf out for everybody to see what I got. My version of the scarf. Let's see if we can see it. Let me make sure that we can get it here. So we got
that looks nice, man. That's nice.
Pelo Benfica. Yeah, #, baby. Hashtag. All right. Hashtag get me a better step up the bag. All right. Step up the bag. Hashtag no more brown paper bags. Yeah. All right. Shit's embarrassing, fellas. Just look at that. Beautiful, 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 beautiful fucking thing. And then the piece, of course, the piece that everybody was waiting for, that I was waiting for myself. Of course, we're going to go ahead. And then I get this thing, and I get a piece of paper. It's crumpled. That's because of the scarf and the brown paper bag. But it's all right. It came from a long place. It probably took a long boat ride like my grandparents did when they came to this country, 70 years ago, Benfica. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's nice. It's signed by Luis Costa. He is the director do Departamento de Socios. Said that amazing. I read it. I don't read Portuguese, but I have common sense, and most of this made sense to me. So yeah, it's cool, man. Here's the card. I got it. We're good. We're good to go. Benfica. That's my name on there. See, so you know it's real. All right. And like I said, man, it's very, very proud day for me, man. Like I said, growing up as a kid, man.
We got a comment. How's the scarf smell? Smell like Vivos?
Oh, it's yeah, yeah. It smells like Vieta stole all the tin casings that usually come with them. He said, fuck that. Y'all gonna get rid of me. I'm taking all the cases. Nobody, no new Socios on my watch. All right, that's what he did. So we got the Benfica. I'm gonna keep this forever. I will always keep this. I will be framing this to put in my man cave. And I'll keep my socio card with me just in case I have to present it in public. Hey, don't worry, I'm a Benfica socio. I got this. You know what I mean? Just in case. I'm not an officer, but I am a socio. You know what I mean? I did not stay at a Holiday Inn last night, but I did. I am a Benfica socio, all right? And like I said, man, to become a part of the club of my childhood, like I said, man, to me, Benfica has always been like Jack and the Beanstalk to me. They have always been, the never-ending story, right? That who are this mystic club from, the country my parents were from? Who is that? Who's Eusebio? He's a Black Panther. My grandfather sold me on that. So they call him a Black Panther, right? I was like, Black Panther? Oh my, that's amazing, right? So it hooked me. It's my favorite animal. So yeah, man, it's a proud day. I could not stop smiling, getting it. I have to activate my kit. I have to go to the website, activate my member kit, so I could see it, man. But Mario, it was a very happy day for me, man, when I got this card in the mail, and it just proves it. And I can't wait to use this live and in person. So I'm coming, motherfuckers. I'm coming. Portugal ain't gonna be the same, brother. It's not gonna be the same.
The chat's got me laughing. Some other potential thoughts of what it could have smelled like: the posse bifana, pre-compão. The mini Spartak, those kind of things.
Yeah, I think
it's smelling like a Pop 6. Smelling like Pop 6 with...
It does smell that way. It does smell like fresh bread. Fresh pão. So, it does smell like fresh pão.
Some guy was eating pop.
Yeah, it does.
I will say in the chat, Nelson made a comment saying, your scarf looks better than the one he got. I will admit, my scarf I got, it's out in the corner there. You can't see it in this angle. The scarves are the ones based on kind of like the theme they have for the year when they give it out with the socio. So way back, I remember the Força Benfica was a thing. I got that one. It's an okay looking scarf. Yours looks like a nice scarf. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's thick. It's warm.
Scarf.
The font is amazing. It's about 20 font they used on that. Yeah. 20 font. Yeah, they spared no expense on the scarf font.
I like that. I like that. I like the scarf.
As a matter of fact, I will say this, because this scarf came the way it did and how I got it. This will be the first scarf that I hold up when I go to Lisboa. So I'm bringing this scarf back to Portugal to make it really kind of full fucking circle. So when I finally go, you will see. Look for a £, Pelo Benfica, and this is gonna be me. Probably won't be the loud. I'm sure there's Portuguese people louder than me. It's where I get it from, though. Definitely where I get it from. Man, it's an amazing day.
Question on the cost of a socio is typically about €100 a year. You can pay monthly $8.33 in euros. Euros conversion to Americano dollars. I think the euro either worth very similar, give or take a few cents. I think the euro is a little higher, possibly.
A little higher, yeah.
For us Canadianos with loonies, it just means the euro is even a little higher, but it's not too bad. I've been a socio for a long time. I got a feeling Alex is gonna be a socio for a very long time. It's kind of funny.
I'll be a socio for the rest of my life. This is it. I'll be till I die.
As people
promise you that
move on with life, they pass away, things happen. Every few years they'll do like an update of the numbers, so you'll get a new card in the future many years from now. So your number will actually go down, which is kind of cool because they keep adding more people. As people die, they kind of rejig it every so often. They go, okay, let's clean up the numbers.
That's creepy.
So they move, yeah.
Here's a new death card, basically.
Yeah. The number drop is how many people died, not people who stopped paying. Not how many people have stopped paying their socios, because that does happen.
I wonder. This is what I wonder though. Yeah. If I activate my card online, do you think I can submit a photo? I would like my photo on here. Yeah, I did take a picture on Twitter. I saw he's like my new signing. I thought I'd do that, like I got signed, and they get signed. It was amazing. I don't have a big white wall like Benfica does with the trophies in the back, but I tried my best.
Just pick the outdoor photo they've been doing a lot lately. The one outside like the pitch.
I know. But man, yeah. So I thought I'd share that with everybody, man. It was something my girlfriend did for me, so I really appreciate it. Like I said, it'll be something that I will be a member forever. Like I'll be a fan. So it was awesome, man. It's awesome. It means that I can fucking go get tickets now when I want to go to Portugal. And cool. Like I said, man, I'm finally making that happen. So
it's fun, man.
Yeah, man.
I love it.
It's a fun day. Yeah, it was a fun day. It was amazing. So that's cool, man. I'm glad I got to share it with my Benfica family too, and all you guys. I consider my Benfica family. Everyone who tunes in here, Twitter, Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, it means a lot, man. It does. It gets it's got me through a pandemic. This club, these fans, the talk, the friendships. So this means that I'm really a part of a family. You know what I mean? So that's cool. Not that if you're not a socio, I'm just saying like. This is something I've always wanted, and I never did it, and somebody did it for me, so it was pretty cool.
And the explanation when I'm here in Canada and people ask about being a Benfica, what does it mean? It's there. You could be a sports fan of a team you love, and you're a fan of the sport, but there's an owner that owns that team. It's not yours. You're just a fan of someone else's product. To be a Benfica or to be a true Benfica and be a fan of this team is that you're a fan of the community, the people, and the whole Mystica, the thing behind it. And the cool thing, if someone chooses to become a socio, which is, you're a Benfica, it's not that you're better or worse at all being a socio. I never want to give that impression. I think the cool thing is you're now involved, right, in the election process, all this stuff. So we will have an election later this year. It'll be very fascinating. I will say one thing I got to give props to is I did not like Luigi at all. I'm glad Scumbag's out. There's questionable people on the management side. I will say one thing Rui Costa is doing damn well. Not only is he going to the games, and you can see he's enjoying his time at the games, like he's into it, which is so nice to see. There was photos of him at the B team game watching it you could see I have zero doubt that he has any dislike or anything of the sort. Like Luigi would be playing Candy Crush. This guy is into it. He's loving it. I love it. It's so cool. It's so cool to be part of the organization in a sense, and to just have this community that it's just us working together to try and make it better. Like there's a certain level of, it ain't perfect, but it's ours.
For sure, man.
I love that, man.
I love it.
I love it. It's so much fun. And a girlfriend that does that, she's a keeper. I agree, Danny. She is definitely a keeper.
For sure. I keep her home too. I chain her up close to the TV, close to the refrigerator, just in case she gets hungry. I don't want to do any of that, but yeah, definitely.
I will say she got
a long rope. It's a long rope. She could walk around the house. She just can't get towards near the exits. You know what I mean? Like it starts yanking back.
I gotta
when
share
it starts getting
too
far.
I gotta share this real quick. She reached out to me, and then when she was like, she talked to me a little bit about setting this up, right? And then like when she was doing the final setup, doing it, we were talking. We did like a little Zoom call, just to make sure I could help her with the Portuguese, this and that, all the fun stuff. But she got it. Like she already had everything. She'd done all her research. And then I'm like, oh, how's Mello doing, by the way? He's doing okay? Oh, he's working right now. He's just like, he's in the house with me. I'm like, but Mello is so focused on what he does at the time that he was just honed in, focused on his. I'm like, so he's in the background, but he's not paying attention. It's like, no, he's working. He's just focused. And so she's like, kind of like, would do the one. Yeah, we're good. Let's keep going. And it's just, it cracked me up. I'm like, this is hilarious. And literally what was the she was hoping the surprise would be him getting the package. The surprise was because she had to set up his online thing. She had to put in his email, and she's like, I'm going to go into his email account and just sneak in the confirmation code. And obviously Mello does what every other person does. They see a notification like, what the fuck's this? What? What's going on here? It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely loved all of it. I think it was very cool, very cute. Yeah, guys, man. Strive to have a relationship like Mello and Ellie.
Yeah. It's a lot of work. 10 years, man. 10 years, bro. Jesus Christ.
Quite a bit, man.
I give her a lot of credit. Dealing with me for 10 years, shit. I'm a handful, man. I'll tell you that. But you want to get to Charisse? You want to do player of the match, Charisse in the match?
Yeah, let's jump into it real quickly.
Let's get
go. Here we go. All right. So sorry we kind of ran a little longer. Just got so caught up in the excitement. I can go first, I guess you could say. I'm going to say.
Real quick, Mario, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Are you a wallet guy or a money clip guy?
I want to be a money clip guy, but I get a wallet because I got way too many cards. And I should get, like, I know they got these new, like, money clips with the multi-cards. I just got way too much stuff, man. I keep way too many cards that I shouldn't keep in my wallet. I keep my associate with me all the time.
Yeah. The reason I asked that, I was a wallet guy. I really was. But now, as you can see, I have changed. I am a money clip guy. Okay. I have to. I don't like shit in my I don't like really things in my pockets normally. But to sit on a wallet all fucking day, like, damn. Like, I just hated it. You know what I mean? I hated it.
I wear a suit a lot, so it's on the inside pocket. You know what I mean? Like your suit jacket on.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
I can't do the back pocket with a wallet. I'm the same way. I can't sit with that. I don't like my pockets bulgy like that.
Yeah.
It's bad enough with all the card games and the cell phone and stuff.
Yeah, I got my bank card, I got my ID, got my socio now, and I got my credit card, and then I have my Angel in there with me at all times. But I just was wondering, right, because I was very excited to slide this card into my money clip.
It's so cool. It's so cool.
And for people to see it on accident, like, oh, that's not my credit card. I'm sorry, that's my socio card, and then explain to them what that is, like they give a shit. But anyways, go ahead.
It's all good. It's funny. I see Nelson on there. Like, doesn't carry cash. It's all just plastic nowadays, man. That's all it is. You know, driver's license, all the fun stuff. I just got.
Yeah, and the chat. Yeah, wallet, money clip. So we got Nelson's wallet.
I'm an old man, so I got like my own card.
You got that George Costanza. You got that George Costanza, don't you?
Because then I got the Costco card because I gotta go to Costco all the time. You know, for the
Nelly's got the Costco card.
We got like the health card in Canada. Then I got my social security card, which I really don't need to carry, but I do like an idiot. I got my driver's license.
Yeah, you not only do you not need to carry it, you should not carry it.
I know you should not, but it's just everything is and then you get the coupons. You stick those coupons in there, and you just try to
fucking coupons, bro.
You get
close that shit up,
and you just try to put it in there, and it explodes, which I love Seinfeld. But speaking of things that exploded, my player of the match is João Mario. That guy really exploded today, in my opinion. I know there's a little deflection on his first goal. That is my play of the match. It's all that back and forth with the players, all that hustle that resulted in the goal. I just think he was phenom, but also the second goal, again, multiple deflections, but it was that 1-2 with João Mario, and the first real legitimate game for our new forward, Roman there, and it's just I'm happy. He's turning out what I hope to be. It's one of those games that I'm very happy with that. So it kind of hits play and player of the match there. The one which I praise that I want to see more of, which is my Shanice's Ramsh, just because kid, we have so many strikers on the lineup to play 65 minutes and not get one shot off target or any shots period. Like he didn't really have any shots at all. And we had a lot of domination of it. I just, he had some decent plays, but I just feel, you got to capitalize on him because I want to see more of him. It's terrible. I'm saying he's a Sharice for the reason that I don't want him to lose his positioning. Because if these other guys start taking off because there's a lot of competition, it'll be very hard to get the minutes, right? So I think he'll get more opportunity, more things of the sort. But yeah, man, that's my take for tonight.
Yeah, I'm with you on a lot of it. I actually agree with you, but I'm gonna go. I'll start with my Sharice. Yeah, I agree. Gonzalo Ramos has to be the Sharice, and for all the reasons you said. You played 65 minutes, kid. Like, that first half, we went 45 minutes without a shot on goal, and you are the guy that's supposed to be shooting on goal. Right, so like it's simple shit now. You know what I mean? It's not anyone's playing terrible. It's you just didn't play well enough. Not like Mario said, enough to not to not make JJ wonder. Is this the guy? Right? Are you starting? Right? You got to make yourself up for sure. Right? And he played very well against these last two matches he had, but today just left a little bit to be desired. I almost gave Lucas Verissimo another man of the match. I almost did. He is fucking amazing, man. That was going to be 3 in a row. And the only reason I didn't is because Spartak just they had one more shot on goal in that first 45, but I just didn't think like they just not much quality over there, right? It wasn't anything that Lucas Verissimo should have had a problem with, needed to have a problem with, could have had a problem with, and so I just thought it was easy for him today. So I'm gonna give it to João Mario, the player of the match. Just because the presence that he provides in the midfield, he nabbed a goal, he's got an assist, he's done everything we've needed him to do since he's come in these last 2 games. You know what I mean? And that's pretty exciting, man. It's pretty exciting. We finally have some stability in the midfield, which is, for me, is amazing. I like the midfield guy. I'm a midfield game guy. I always have been. I like the midfielders. You know what I mean? I like the midfield play. You know what I mean? I'll take it. Cam. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I like midfielders though. I like that midfield game. Keep it nice. You can play outside and then bring it back in to the striker. But we had a Sharice today. The play of the match, I'm gonna go with Chuck's dinger, pinball goal, because I think it was one of those, like, we're getting those goals. Like, we are finally getting that lucky shit, right? He kicked it. It went off his foot onto another guy's leg, popped up, hit a guy in the face, and goes into the back of the net. If that ain't the play of the match shit, then I don't fucking know what is, because that shit is pretty, it's one of those things, like I says, the ball is bouncing our way. Like Jim Carrey said, that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? So that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, the play of the match, man of the match. That's my 3. I thought they were well deserved. If you guys have different, there is one thing I want to say. Rafa played amazing. Don't let anything fool you. There's sometimes where he might have given up the ball, but that's just because he can't stop. He's so fucking fast. He just doesn't know how to stop. But Rafa had an amazing game, I thought, and could have been arguably one of the men of the matches. He was always in the box with where the commotion was. He played back so many times. He made so many great plays running back, shoulder to shoulder. It comes in behind, picks the ball off. Rafa is really, I think there's a lot more expected from Rafa, not just moving forward, but coming back, tracking back. And you have to, because Diogo Gonçalves is not, he's not really playing a defensive role. So the fact that he's hustling back and he's got the speed to do it, and he's getting off, like, it's very, very exciting moving forward. You get Everton, Rafa, you can get a guy like Chuck with some size. You play 4-4-2, you put Ramos and Chuck. Like, this team can be so deadly. You know what I mean? This team can be so good. But I seen a lot of people a couple of people on Twitter giving flack to Rafa. I just thought it was just a little.
It's a weird position where I find it's just kind of been funny, because you got to think, prior to Rafa, we had Salvio. We have these situations where we have these right wingers, which are very talented individuals that do very amazing things, that have, both Salvio and Rafa had poor runs during a period of time at their time here in Benfica, and it seems like it's been harder to shake, not the player, but the fans. Hey, bad period. If you're delivering now, and you're doing well. The guy has the potential, so I do feel, if he has a slightly rougher game, he tends to get a rougher ribbing from the fan base versus the other players. A few more things that popped up in the chat, which are quite interesting, and I think it kind of goes into what you're saying. Chuck's an interesting guy. I think we all want to see more of him. You saw George Roos talking about him, and I think everyone was kind of leaning, okay, let's see what this guy can do. Let's see a bit more of him. We want to see more of him. Ramj, very interesting guy. Everyone wants to see more of him. Maybe not the best game, but we want to see him again. It leads into this whole debate about, the idea of Darwin transfer talks, Vinicius transfer talks. It's one of these things where I personally, here's my take. I feel Darwin was hired with such a big contract and expectations to be a starting player, and I don't think it was what they thought he was going to be. And I think there's just so many other options. Vinicius, again, got as a person that's supposed to be a starting player. I think he expects to start. I don't know if he'd be able to start, things of sort. I don't. And then you got Luka Waldschmidt, and George Jesus has tried to incorporate Luka more than Vinicius, Darwin obviously hasn't been able to play because of injury. But it feels like if he's going to try to make something work, it's Luka, because maybe he can play him as like a secondary attacker, winger type player. I think they're going. I don't know why there's been no movement. I'm kind of actually interested in that. I would think Vinicius might have a bit more of a market because he had an interesting time at Spurs, not the greatest time, not the worst time, just an interesting time, So if you kind of show up and do some stuff in the English Premier League, you kind of tend to get a few more bucks.
I hear Sefetovic is being offered to. Well, was it? Who was it? It was. Who was it, man? Just recently, I was like, not Brownlee or anything like that. Was it a Premier League? I know he was offered to somebody pretty. Just recently, I seen about 25 million for Sefetovic, which was it's amazing to me if we can pull that shit off. But there are a couple things that I just wanted to point out really quick about the game before we head out. Some quotes really quick that I found on the internets. So just give me a second. I just thought that they were pretty funny.
While you find that real quickly, on the Seferovic talk, you've had rumors of Wolves because you have Bruno Lage. Bruno Lage actually did have a decent time with Seferovic.
Roma. That's it, Andrew Costa.
Roma. That's another one. So yeah, again, it's a very interesting dynamic where it's kind of like the club maybe is fishing around to see, okay, we got Vinicius, Darwin, Seferovic. We don't want them all. We're probably happy keeping one or two. What offer can we get that's the best? Like if someone comes in with 12 million for Vinicius and someone says 20 million for Seferovic, we're going to sell Seferovic. But if someone offers 12 for Seferovic and 20 for Vinicius, we're going to sell Vinicius. It's kind of like we are going to get rid of one. It's which one gives us the better price tag. So I think they're actively shopping them. Of Darwin, Seferovic, and Vinicius, I got a feeling Darwin's going to stick around. I don't think he's going to get sold. I think
I already said no to 30 million, if I'm not mistaken, from a PL team.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I would.
I don't think it's personal juice. I think it's I think JJ thinks that Vinicius is probably the one who can fetch him the most money, right? And you don't want to screw the pooch and get him hurt or anything like that, right? I feel that he thinks that because his spell in in England, I think he's the one with the biggest price tag, right? So you don't ruin him, you get him sold, and it'll be sold. I don't think it's too early. If I'm reading right, next Tuesday we're in the Luigi against PSV. So, things are happening fast. You can't just sell everybody right now. Injuries can happen in training. You're going to need, who knows? You never know. You know what I mean? There will be a time where you will see an exodus, a mass exodus of these guys that you guys want to see gone. Gabriel on loan, Chiquinho may be out, Vinicius, Seferovic, Pinho's gone, right? So there's going to be some movement, there's no doubt about it. Let's not rush it, though.
And I think the biggest difference is I think guy like Seferovic, I think should be sold, but the other part is someone like Vinicius or Darwin or some of these other characters. Like if we make the Champions League, we beat PSV. There's a lot of money coming into the club. We don't need money, so you can say, you know what, Darwin, go on a loan, get some more minutes. You're young, fine tune your skills. We might want you back next year. Or you Vinicius. Vinicius, you know what? The first year you did great. Last year, we tried going in a different direction. It didn't work out. We're looking at the direction we're going in right now. You want to play. Here's a loan deal. Go play a bit more, and maybe you'll come back, or maybe we sell you. But if we don't make Champions League, then it's almost like we have to sell, right? So I think they're probably waiting out the options. I think Benfica could be more particular that if they offer 12 for Vinicius, and they go, no, we think we can get 20. You're not going to pay 20. We're going to loan him out. He's going to show his skills, and we're going to get 20 later on. We don't need 20 today.
Yeah. And you know what? And Rui Costa could win the election with this little summer transfer window. I'm serious.
I think Rui.
He could win the election with this if he does well, right? If he does well, he can turn some people who think that he's is part of the problem or whatever the fuck they think.
No, but I will say
he's the fool or he knew.
You want to see
whatever. I don't know.
You want to see Rui Costa fingerprints. You look at him in Italy when this news all broke out, signing João Mario. We're excited about João Mario. That's a Rui Costa. He was involved. I'm not saying he made the last minute call because obviously Vieira was still in charge at that point. But the fact is he has fingerprints on good things. Some of these signings.
Chuck. He signed Chuck. You got Chuck, and Chuck is I don't think people really realize I think Chuck is one of those tier players who can be he could be so good. He's a finisher, man. That's all I've seen from him.
He looks like a big striker. That's
he's
not an
a
old
beast.
guy. You know what I mean? He's
monster.
So I really think
So
that I would I'm excited for it. I think Rui Costa has a very fair chance of winning this election. I think it's going to take. I honestly think it's going to take something out of left field for him not to win it at this point, and that's
yeah,
just because
yep,
of how well things have gone with so far since all the confusion.
yep. I agree. And just real quick before we leave you guys, we're gonna leave you guys with some. I got some quotes for you guys here. I
Yeah.
found one. We'll save the best quote for last. But JJ said it was a special day. It felt like his first day of his career. More than 20,000 plus Benfica fans versus Spartak. So, the guy they're feeling it, guys. You know what I mean? The fans just if you don't think they are, they are. JJ comes out. I don't know how if he really meant it, but whatever. He's addressing it. He's letting you guys know he's happy that everyone's back. You know what I mean? Let's make this a positive year. You know what I mean? Let's really, let's really make this a positive year. Last year was really shit. I'm glad last year is over. So that was pretty nice. JJ said and mentioned earlier after the game, he said we will create a great team, and I think him and Rui Costa will be able to do that this season. And the last quote I thought was funny because if you don't read it within context, it just says João Mario. I know what the Mister likes. All right, João. Okay,
He's got experience.
you gotta
right?
relax. You gotta relax. And then Benfica play PSV in a playoff first leg next Tuesday in the Luge. So here we go. Some football, and then once we qualify and things will calm down for a little bit. We'll have plenty of time to get this team, fine-tuned. The sells, the additions, the loans, the borrows, all of that shit will be taken care of by the time it's supposed to be. But I'm excited, man. I'm so excited about this season.
This weekend, Aroca, Saturday. Now, just personal information. I'm off to Ottawa, the capital of Canada. A little bit of a mini vacation with the family, road trip. So I am going to be actually watching the home opener of the Atletico Ottawa, which is the team that Atletico Madrid have backed here in Canada for the Little Canadian Premier League. It'll be a cool experience. But you'll have Alex, Luigi, or someone, or we'll have some show set up one way or another. Maybe I'll pop on also. I'd say on the comments in the chat, because the chat's been bumping. You guys are great. So I always feel bad if there's like questions or comments. I don't want it to be ignored. But Juicebox, in terms of protesting against Rui Costa, I think the challenge with Rui Costa is it's protesting against Vieira and some of the goons around Vieira, and that Rui Costa came up within that system. But there's no question about the love he had for the club prior, and I think there's a fair argument to say that he just kind of was pushed through the system. I think almost like fell into the position because he was Vieira's kind of shield, and because Vieira finally got shot down, the shield stayed in place.
You guys thought it would be a good idea for Rui Costa to hold fucking elections right before the goddamn season starts, so we don't sign who's doing business. Right. If you have a president that gets shot, the vice president becomes until election. It's normal. It's normal, guys.
I think there's still, and I know groups of supporters that are currently protesting the current system because of General Assemblies not being called, delays, and certain attitudes that have been around. I still think that it's a very emotional sport where you could say whatever you think you believe. When your team starts winning, your team starts rocking and rolling, and if we start kicking butt and we kick butt against PSV, you cannot deny the level of excitement. And I will say for even myself, which I was irritated with the system that Rui Costa was in, and I wanted some transparency, and I personally was leaning towards the idea of having fresh eyes in the club because I think the club needs a fresh look. Seeing Rui Costa in the president's box, excited. This is how starved as a club we've been from a poorly run presidential stage. We have a president that was so disinterested with the product on the pitch to now you have an individual that it was said in the chat there that Rui Costa had a connection with Shevchenko in Ukraine to help kind of close the Chuck deal. You know what I mean? Like, here's a guy watching the pitch, and he's seeing George what he's doing. He's like, man, I can get you Chuck. I think right now you don't know what to do with Ramos, Vinicius. I don't know if we got the right striker. Chuck's a guy. Let me make a few calls. I can get that guy in. And you see him going on the pitch. You see him, like, it's very cool to have a president that was a superstar, a top player in his prime just over a decade ago.
And has good relationships with people across football.
And he has a pulse on the game. So this is where I think he's going to have a lot of love, a lot of fair love his way. Go. I know you want to throw something in there.
if he could bring Nuno Gomes back to Benfica, it's done. Like if he can figure out a way to do something like that, that's him reaching back out. I think to me would be like I'm reaching out to the real Benfiquistas, right? I'm gonna put in in this club real people who care about this club, right? He's kept Luis there, and hopefully we see more influx of ex-players. Did you see? I didn't catch his name, but he was an ex-player. They interviewed him right after the game. It looked like in the back. Shame on me for not knowing who he was, but an ex-player. It's nice to see ex-players around, ex-players around the club giving their opinion on what they saw, things like that. Did anybody see that in the chat? Did you guys see who they interviewed after that?
I missed the interview, but I will, going to your point about the ex-player, I think it's a genius thing where there's some old dinosaurs that were around Vieira on their knees servicing Vieira that I think need to
there you go. It's Montores.
Oh, Montores was there. I didn't see the thing afterwards. That's sick. I love Montores.
He didn't look. He'd never seen him in a suit. I swear, I never saw him in a suit.
I love Montores. I love him. I didn't see him in a suit. I didn't see the interview, but I just want to say.
I didn't watch the interview. I was like, I had it on and and I'm reading like who's this? And I just see ex-Benfica player, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, okay, I gotta go. So I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. Just, you know what I mean?
Montores was a legend. He did a lot of stuff in Angola after leaving Benfica because obviously just a really great guy, stand-up guy. But I think what you said about Nuno Gomes, he has a lot of experience and work now with the federation in Portugal. That's a guy you can bring in. Simão has a lot of experience now on the TV side with Sport TV. You want to bring someone into BTV, bring in Simão. Like, there's a lot of dinosaurs I think the club needs to clean out. I think Rui Costa being the president, I think if he has the support of the fans and he runs an election, I think he can muscle his way and say, hey, some of you old dinosaurs, I know you guys back that crook. I don't trust you guys. I trust Nuno Gomes. I trust Simão. I trust some of these guys I can bring on that they're my boys. I think he can easily just run the show. You know what I mean? Like he can just and I think there's nothing wrong with that. And I get the apprehension that some fans that hated Vieira, which I'm one of the categories.
Yeah, and Juicebox makes a great point. You can't let a little run good form from a president, kind of persuade you into to signing him. But man, I think Benfica fans have been with Vieira for so long. I don't think I'm
curious, and a lot of it comes down to how they handle the General Assembly. If the fans are disrespected, the fans might just say, "Forget it. We need clean house. We need a new beginning." And I also feel sports fans are the worst individuals in terms of being short-minded. We love a player, we love a manager. You have one bad season, we hate them all. We hate them all. You have one good season, we love you again. Very emotional creatures, I think, in general. And when you deal in this world, I think what motivates an election and a change of direction is a very irate fan base that's very sick of the administration, which I think that does exist, and a desire to change the direction. Now, if the direction starts looking more positive, that desire wanes. I still think we need changes in the administration. But yeah, again, I'm optimistic on that side. I'm optimistic on the talent. I think it's an exciting season. I'll be honest, just a shout out to the Liga NOS as a whole. Optimistic for Santa Clara. Santa Clara got a shitload of COVID positives, over 10 people.
Oh yeah.
But they had a very good victory.
Gee.
They won, I think, 2-0 away. So as long as they don't butcher that, I think they can advance in the Confederations League. I think Pacho Ferreira's been doing good. Curious to see what Braga can do in Europa League. Sporting in the group stage, Benfica in the group stage. I look at the pot that I saw. I'm just going to bring this back real quickly here. Give me 1 second. I'm bouncing around throughout the show, and I know we're going late now. But I did grab this actually for the show. Forgot to bring it up, which was the potential seeding. Sporting gets a first seeding because they won the championship. So hopefully they get a better draw, which helps them. You have also Porto, which I forget where they'll go, but possibly pot 3. But our risk, man, is if we advance against PSG, it's going to be a very tough situation. I would love to face Lille, Villarreal. No one's easy. Like, I take Inter Milan because they're having a fire sale. But then in the second pot, so many great teams. You don't want to get PSG. Like, Benfica could get a situation with Bayern Munich and PSG in the same group. It would be a friggin' nightmare. But with a little bit of luck.
Bring them on. Bring it on.
But with a little bit of luck, I think we could have a great year. And, I think it's hilarious, man. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah, we're definitely gonna grab. We're definitely get somebody like Atletico, man. We're definitely get somebody like that. I would love to play Chelsea. For me, I just would.
Yeah, I think
I hate them. So
there's a time where you
that'd be
can face them.
nice.
All right, man.
Yeah, I hate when we play United. I don't like it. So thank God we don't have to.
Yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to do it. But damn, look at that. Jesus Christ.
It looks tough.
I want Chelsea. I want Chelsea, Barcelona, Benfica, and then whatever else bum. I like that.
But
I like
we'll
our
see.
chances.
I don't want to look ahead. I didn't want to stare too much on it because of PSV. Focus on the target at hand. We could do it. I think we can.
Yeah.
Then we'll.
I say this is who I want. I want City. I want Real Madrid. I want all the hardest teams that we when we win, there's no excuses for anybody. But we played the fucking hardest teams. We beat everybody.
You want to run the gamut against City, PSG,
all of them.
Bayern Munich,
Chelsea, bring them on, all of them,
just
all of them. Maybe we'll play Sporting on accident. We'll get to play them.
No.
You know,
and then we meet.
We'll beat them too.
We meet Sporting in the final of the Champions League, and then we win it.
And
that would be the
there you go. Yeah, we'll give that. Yeah, that'd be
and look, Nelson mentioned AC Milan and pot 4, so we could get PSG, Bayern Munich, and AC Milan with Benfica.
Let's do it. Let's beat them.
That'd be a fun group.
Let's get it.
And I love we beat PSG home and away. PSG fucks up to go to Europa League. I would Bayern Munich could do it. Bayern Munich could get one of PSG.
First. PSG Europa League finalists. Get them out of here. Let's go.
They're gonna be runners up to Braga because Braga's gonna win.
Hell yeah. Yo, so we could get PSG, Barcelona, Benfica. That would be pretty funny. That would be amazing. That way, Benfica, we'd get to see Barcelona. As a matter of fact, leave us out of it. I don't want to play those guys. I take it back. Let us play. I take it back. Just kidding.
I immediately regret all of it.
I regret everything I said. I didn't mean any of it. Let us get fucking shit. I don't know. I take it. Yeah, Inter. I take AC Milan. AC Milan's good. I like AC Milan.
No. Inter Milan is the pot 1. AC Milan pot 4.
Oh, Inter. Yeah. Let's get Inter. That's what I'm talking about. We could get. Oh, we can't get AC Milan and Inter. So that's
you can only get. But you could get like again. I don't want to disrespect. I think every single team is very, very tough. But you kind of look at.
No, just kidding. Just kidding.
Not trying to be an ass. I'll take Villarreal over Bayern Munich, man. I hate the Germans.
Yeah, let's. Oh, fucking Villarreal. Oh, god
but
damn.
I hate the Germans because of how good they are. It's not disrespecting, but they're monsters.
So here's realistically what I would want: Inter Milan, Sevilla, Benfica. And then, I don't know, whoever, fucking lucky team made it in. Let's see.
Whatever.
I don't fucking know.
I haven't looked.
Whoever this fourth was.
But hey, I'll say one thing though. If there was a time to face Juventus or Barcelona,
is Zenit in there? We'll take Zenit. Zenit could be one of those teams that could be down there.
I don't want to go Russia again.
Yeah.
But I'll say if there's a time to face Barcelona, I would take Barcelona today. The last decade, Barcelona's been a monster of a team. They're imploding. They're imploding. Say Juventus is actually like Ronaldo carries them like no tomorrow. But Juventus has been like terrible, right? If there's certain times you kind of look at teams and go, yeah, I wouldn't mind taking them on now. They're tough.
Benfica lose 5. We lose 5-0 to Basel. I call him Basel.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah.
A couple years ago.
Yeah, that's
all right.
For sure.
Imagine getting one of these good teams, right, and doing something good in the Champions League, man. This is the reason why I always say this, and I don't know if you guys know. Every time this comes around, I always want a good team. I always want to play a fucking good team, man. I want to see where we're at. I want to, I want to be on TV in the United States. There's a couple reasons why I would like to watch us play a good team. And so that we can just, I don't know, do good. When you watch, I mean, honestly, you look up, and we're running along. We got to go because I'm getting hungry. Porto plays good in the Champions League, man. They knocked out Juventus, things like that. They fight, yeah. I want that opportunity to knock out Juventus. I want that. Yeah, I want that. I'm that type of fan. Bring that shit on.
I would like.
You know what I mean? Bring it on. You know what I mean? You're gonna get PSG the first game. Fuck them. We got it. You know what I mean? Until the 90th minute, I think we're gonna win. I don't care what anybody fucking says. Until the 90th minute, we're winning that game. I don't care. I'm not realistic when it comes to Benfica. I'm not.
we fucking face PSG. We beat them at the Luge. Then we do what we did last time, which we go to in Paris and we have more away fans than they had home fans. Because that's what happened last time. I want that to happen. I don't now in this day and age it won't happen, but still, it is just I like it. I like the marquee match. I think Inter would be a fun one because they're the champion, but they're going through a fire sale. I think it'd be a high profile match, but at the same time, I think
I would like to see AC Milan just to get that old school vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That old school Benfica, AC Milan vibe. If we can get them in the pod, like that'd be pretty cool. There are teams that I'd like, you know what I mean, like match wise to see again. You know, I'd like to see Real Madrid play Benfica. I just would like to see it. You know what I mean? I'm one of those guys who have seen the black and white. We watched it together. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we did it together, right? So it's something I've watched before. I seen that game, you know what I mean? And it meant nothing to me, you know, when I was a little child. But now as a grown up, you see that's glory. And you just want to relive those glory days. And you never know. The ball, like I said, man, the ball's around, bro. The ball's around. As long as the ball's around, it's going to roll both ways. So we can get a good break, lucky break.
Fuck, man. Again, that'd be a good one. It's again, I'll take it.
I would love that. I would love that. Yeah. Us beat Liverpool again. I would love that. As a United supporter, I would. Oh God, I would love. I would love that so much. Right, but anyways, good show. Good show. We'll be back. When's our next game, real quick?
Saturday, Aroca.
Saturday, Aroca. Ooh, that's right. All right, Aroca's they're back, right?
Yeah,
they were not.
Back up, yeah.
All right, Aroca. Okay, I'm gonna call my grandfather and tell him, hey, we're playing Aroca this year.
He's gonna tell you like in 1981. There's this game Aroca. Those Sacanas got a draw on us, so don't sleep on us.
Don't sleep on Aroca.
Because they got those guys from 81 still playing on the squad.
I dare any of you to call your pops, to call your, grandfather, whoever, the OG in your life, right? I call them and tell them Benfica's playing Aroca on Saturday. And I just want to know the response that you get. And I'm going to do the same thing literally after the show. I'm going to call my grandfather like, yo, we're playing Aroca on Saturday. He's going to, I can hear it. He goes, ee. That's how they start every sentence. They don't like, ee. We're going to have to be careful, man. Aroca, those guys can run. That's the thing he thinks, is that everybody can run. Jesus Christ. But anyways.
Okay, have a good night, guys.
All right, peace.
Peace.